Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to another glitch in the matrix video. I love making these videos. I hope that you enjoy watching them. I really love mysteries like these. I have experienced a glitch in the matrix myself, and I am very fascinated by all of these stories. And it just makes you think, really think that something's going on, that something's up with our reality, that we're living in a matrix, kind of. Maybe, I don't know, but something is definitely up because there's just too many stories like these, and now I am part of that statistics. So, yeah, anyways, I'm just enjoying watching these videos and reading your comments and your theories and your glitches in the matrix. So, if you've ever experienced anything like this, let me and all of us know in the comments. Anyways, let's get to it.
So, I'm having a dilemma, and I need to get some feedback here. So, the other day, I woke up on Wednesday, and things just seemed kind of off for some reason. I couldn't really put my finger on it. I was getting up, and I saw my husband and everything, and again, something seemed a little weird. Didn't know what it was. I just shook it off. Went to work, went about my day, did my day, came home. That evening, we were in the bathroom just chit-chatting, and I started focusing a little bit more on his face, like paying closer attention because something was off. And I was looking, and I said, "What's going on with your nose?" My husband's always had a crooked nose since I've met him. When he was in college, before I met him, he was randomly attacked, and his nose got busted. It was broken. So since I've met him, his nose has always gone to the left a little and is slightly crooked.
Okay, and?
I've always wondered what he looked like with a straight nose. He's a handsome guy. Well, now I know. Because Wednesday, his nose was straight.
What?
And I asked him there in the bathroom, I said, "What's going on with your nose? It's straight." And he said, "What are you talking about? My nose has always been straight." I said, "No, you broke it back in school. Remember when you got attacked? Like, it was broken. It's always been a little crooked since I've known you." And I started repeating the story that I knew, and he said, "No, that's not exactly what happened." And he started telling me the same story.
I thought a different story.
Really important differences, really. Ones that I know I would have taken stock of and remembered. And the fact that every day I've seen this man, he's had a slightly crooked nose.
How weird is that?
So, what do you do with that? I mean, did I switch dimensions or
Definitely
timelines
seems
or
like
whatever?
it.
I feel like I've done that a number of times now, and they seem to be getting more frequent lately. This one's been the most personal. It's rattled me a bit.
Okay, well, that's weird.
I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. Since then, I've noticed a few other things, just the random things. I think like a lot of us have, like the Mandela effects and whatnot.
Me too, myself included.
And, you know, this isn't about being right or wrong. It's not that. It's not a pride thing or whatever. You know, I'm not always right, but I'm also not always wrong. And I know what I know. It's just, this one's kind of freaked me out a little bit.
It would freak me out too. Like, I honestly don't know. This one is so weird. A lot of people speculate and talk about those, like, what do they even call them? I don't even remember. I don't remember the names of those theories, honestly, but it's like people say that you actually died and then you went into another reality and you just don't remember excuse me, you just don't remember yourself dying, and this is what happens constantly. Like, we never actually die. Whenever we die in one reality, we just like hop into another. I don't know. This is just like a wild theory out there. Glitch, some kind of glitch in the Matrix, reality glitches. If there are different realities, which is something that I do believe. I do believe that there are more dimensions or realities or worlds, whatever you want to call this. I do believe that there's more. That this is not the only one. There's just too many weird things going on. There's just like so many things that we can't explain, and even scientists, they still discover things. They learn something new about this world all the time, and the things that they learn now completely like contradict the things that we knew before. And there's just what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, I'm rambling because I can't put my thoughts together um, in a logical way. What I'm trying to say is that there's just so many weird things that this can't be it. Anyway, this one's weird. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments, and frankly about every single one of these. And let's watch video number 2.
Now that I'm home and I am safe, I can talk about this. When I tell you I just had the weirdest experience of my entire damn life at Walmart, I'm not joking. I had to literally get the hell up out the store. I left my stuff there and I took off. I came home as quick as I could. I want to know what the hell is going on with these timelines and shit, because something ain't right. I've experienced glitches before, but I've never experienced a glitch like this. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of me when I was younger and what my kids looked like. This was like 15 years ago. Okay, I want you to look at this picture, because this picture of me, that is my signature haircut. That is the haircut that I get every time I chop my hair off. That is the haircut I get. It is that haircut that is stacked in the back and it comes to the front. That's my haircut. My kids will tell you that is my haircut. And what makes this even crazier is I was just talking to Babe the other day, telling him I was going to cut my hair off and I was going to get that haircut. Like that exact haircut. So I'm at Walmart and I'm shopping and I'm minding my own business. I do shopping, window shopping, to kind of like get my me time in, just kind of like time for myself, right? So I'm not really paying attention to what's going on around me. I'm in the clothing section and I'm looking at the clearance aisle. I just kind of feel a little bit funny, so I stop shopping and I look up and I look kind of to the left of me. My jaw drops, y'all. Tell me why I saw me and my kids from like 15 years ago, standing literally 10 feet away from me. Like, what? I'm not... no, it wasn't nobody else that I was mistaken for me and my kids. It was us from like 15 years ago. I had that same haircut that I just showed you, but they looked like this. Like I was too stunned to do anything. All I could do was sit there and watch her. Watch me? Us? I don't know. But the even crazier part is there was a boy that was with us. He was a little bit older than my oldest daughter, and the craziest part about that is I had a miscarriage when I was 18. And I knew it was a boy. But I sat there for like 2 seconds and I watched them and they looked so happy. And then reality hit me and I realized like what the fuck is going on, and it scared me and I just took off. But what's crazy to me is there was 3 kids there. So I don't know what timeline that was from or what happened there. But I am telling you, this was the craziest experience I've ever had in my entire life. And no, I'm not mistaking that for anyone else. I know what I looked like when I was younger. I know what haircut I had. I just sat there and I watched for like 2 whole seconds. I watched her interact with these babies. And she was the happiest that I've ever seen myself. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, how is this possible? Like, I don't understand this. Can somebody please explain this to me? Because this is blowing my mind. And, like, I'm scared right now. But I feel kind of at peace, if that makes sense. Like, I feel kind of like I got a little bit of closure, in a weird way. I am telling you that that was me and my babies. Like, I'm telling you that was us. That was just a beautiful moment that I watched. And if you have any explanations or can kind of tell me what the hell just happened to me, please let me know below, because I can't make sense of it and I'm freaking out.
She seems very genuine telling this story. I'm not saying that I don't believe her, because I already mentioned this. Like, I have a very logical brain that is trying to explain everything that I hear or see logically. And one part of me definitely believes her, and one of my explanations is that it was some kind of like glitch in the matrix, when she really saw herself with her kids from another reality for a second there. But also on the other hand, it might have just been another woman with the same haircut that looked very much like her, and the kids also looked like her kids. These things happen. We do have doppelgangers. We do have people who look a little bit like us. And this might have been just a case of pareidolia, kind of, when your brain sees something and then it kind of like completes the picture, and this is where her brain took her. Not saying that this is what it was. I do, like I said, one part of me believes the story, another part of me wants to explain the story, but let me know in the comments what you think about this. I actually had a crazy story that I've never told on any social media of mine. But till this day, it baffles me a little bit, because when my son was in preschool a couple of years ago, like what, 3 years ago? I don't, whatever. So he went to preschool, like not every day, but it was Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I believe. And I was supposed to pick him up at 2 p.m. I was at the store. I clearly remember that I kept track of time. I knew, I was 1000% sure that I had more time. I was so relaxed. I was at the store, I was grocery shopping, and then I went back home and I was unpacking. I made myself a cup of coffee. I was 1000% sure that I still had like at least half an hour or something. And then I get a call from his teacher from preschool, and she's asking, and I got scared. I was like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? And she asks me, are you going to pick up Alex from preschool? Because we're waiting for you. It's been 20 minutes already, like past 20 minutes past time where you were supposed to pick him up. And I look at the time and I'm like, I am completely shocked. Obviously, I say I'll be right there, and we live 5 minutes away from preschool, so I was there like in 5 minutes. But I was so baffled. I was shocked because I was like, what the hell just happened? I kept track of time. I was sure that I still have some time. How did this happen? I couldn't understand. I can't understand till this day. It seemed like 1 hour just disappeared out of my life. And of course, you can explain this. You can say that I was just distracted. I did speak with my husband on the phone at the time, but as I said, I kept track of time. Because I'm an anxious person and I hate being late. So this is just what I do. And I don't know where that hour went. Again, as I said, I might have just like lost that hour, just get distracted, not kept track of time, or I don't know. There has to be a logical explanation to this, but I just can't find one. I keep thinking like, but I kept looking at my phone, but I was thinking like maybe the time in my car was wrong and I thought that I still have some time, but I didn't. But then no, on the other hand, I did not change anything in my car and the time was right. Like, I don't know. That was super weird. I cannot explain this till this day.
You guys want to see a glitch in the Matrix?
Sure, of course. That's what we're here for. Okay.
Maybe I have someone else's yearbook, right? I moved to Los Angeles from Pennsylvania in 2015, and I don't really see anybody from my high school anymore. Another thing, check this out. Yearbook 1, Janelle. Yearbook 2, Linnell. I am Linnell. This one has no autographs because we had a weird insert page. This one, autographs all over, Linnell. This truly makes no sense to me. This makes no sense to me. What?
I don't know. I feel like this one can be explained. Did she just show the Janelle's yearbook that she signed, kind of, or other Linnell signed? Maybe she did take someone else's yearbook. She had it this whole time and she didn't know about it. I don't know, but if not, that is kind of weird. But I feel like you can explain this one. Sometimes book, they just kind of get stuck together, and she might have thought that she had one bug, but she actually had two, and now she just now discovered it. I still can't get over the story with the husband and the crooked nose, because this is something, this is something major. Like, how can you think that your husband had a crooked nose for his whole life, for the whole time you've been married and you've known him, and now he just doesn't? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, I got cut from work, but I have to talk to you because I'm experiencing a glitch in the Matrix.
Okay.
I read about these things and I watch that Anti-Matrix and stuff like that, and I'm like always fascinated by it, but it's never happened to me, and this is super weird, and I just need to tell you about it. When I was in college, I was in the music program because of musical theater, and the chair of the music department, she was awful to me. I actually have a story, a video that is still posted on my account that is about how she didn't cast any people of color in a show where part of the cast is supposed to be people of color, and then she just put them all in blackface. But it wasn't just that. She would constantly yell at me and constantly demean me, and she made me feel like in theater being black is a setback. That stayed with me for decades. It was really hard to not believe that for a very long time. Actually, there are a lot of people that I know and I'm still friends with that, she was pretty awful to be honest. But anyway, 2 years ago, she passed away. She passed away from, I think, cancer, and her daughter posted something on Facebook about it. It was amazing because all of her old students just came out of the woodwork to talk about how devastated they were and how horrible this is, and this is just a tragedy. I have a very close friend who also was in the music program with me, and I remember that she sent me a Marco Polo. If you have the app, she sent me a Marco Polo being I feel bad because I feel like that line in a chorus line, and then she sang it. She was like, because I felt nothing. The song about Mr. Carp, whatever. If you don't know chorus line, it doesn't matter. And I was like, girl, same, we both felt the same way. But the crazy thing was, if we went on Facebook, all of the people that were devastated about this horrible loss were people that had also talked shit about her, They even vague booked about it because I was so annoyed. I also a couple weeks ago made a video about how I have this intense memory for certain things, right? I have a very intense memory of the day that I found out that this woman died. I remember what I was wearing. I remember exactly where I was sitting when I learned it. I remember where I was sitting when I got that Marco Polo from my friend. Cut to today, okay? This happened maybe 35 minutes ago, okay? I get a text from my friend being I can't believe we haven't talked about this. The chair of the music department passed away. That's just what I'm gonna call her because I'm not gonna say her name. I was like, no. You're crazy. This has already happened. The next text she says is, I feel bad because I feel like that line from a chorus line. No. Okay, this has already happened and you've said exactly that. Then I go onto Facebook because I'm thinking this must be a memory from 2 years ago or something, and it's just resurfacing as a memory on my friend's page, right? No, it wasn't. This was posted a few hours ago. Even worse, remember when I said the thing about people who had just talked shit about her and had a bad experience with her and who are now saying that they're devastated? Well, the main person in that was the person's post that I saw talking about how devastated they were that this woman passed. Everything is happening exactly as it happened that day, only instead of me being in bed when I'm reading this information, I was at work. I'm genuinely freaking out. How is this possible? How is this possible? Of course I went scrolling through my Facebook to try to find that vague post that I made. It's not there. It's not there. What the hell is going on? I actually have a wild theory about it, and it has to do with quantum immortality, and I think that's insane.
Quantum immortality.
Insane, right? Oh my god, please don't judge me for this because I know how I sound. But a couple of years ago, I got into this car accident on my drive home from work. I was hit by a drunk driver who was driving in the wrong lane and didn't brake, hit me going 40 miles an hour. Just destroyed my car, okay? I was wearing a seatbelt, and I remember that after, the car accident happened, and after all the fogginess, that happens after you get hit, everything seemed off, everything seemed weird, I couldn't hear for a while, but I did not have a scratch on me. I had lots of bruises from the seatbelt, but I didn't have a scratch on me. The police get to my car, and they're like, I don't know how you survived this. The ambulance gets there to take me to the hospital to get checked out, and they're saying that they don't know how I survived this, much less no scratch, right? And everything kind of felt off since then, and I kind of researched it and looked on Reddit, and that's where I found out about quantum immortality, maybe I'm in a different timeline. I think that's crazy. I just want to be clear. I suppose it's possible, but but maybe I'm in a different timeline where she hadn't passed yet. I am losing my mind. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm genuinely cracking up right now. Honestly, just tell me in the comments if you think this is insane or if you have any theories. Seriously, this is insane.
Okay, thank you. These were the words I was looking for. Quantum immortality and jumping timelines. Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm not a native speaker if you didn't know, so sometimes I just forget words. Sorry. Yeah, I honestly, I have heard stories like these before already, and about quantum immortality, obviously, but about people knowing that some people have passed away, but then they turn out to be alive, and they're just baffled by that. So my initial thought when I was listening to her was maybe she had, some time ago, she had a very, very vivid, prophetic dream about this happening, and this is a deja vu kind of situation. I don't know. It's just the first thing that I thought of. But then also, I cannot just dismiss this quantum immortality theory and people jumping timelines, because there's just too many stories out there about these things. Like too many stories like this one out there.
No, this is some trippy shit, okay? Whatever side of TikTok this needs to land on, I need help. I was driving, I'm parked outside of Planet Fitness, and I lost my nail because I was like strumming, tapping it, and these are gel X nails, so okay, it came off. Why? Okay, I just parked.
Okay, go ahead.
Why are there two nails? Why are there two nails? I found two of the exact same nails. I did these on myself. I don't go get them done. I do them at my house. I've had all of my nails. Look.
Okay.
There's one. Perfect. Same one. What is this? What is this? Look. Same size, same. It's for the same size, same finger. What is this?
Well, they're not the same size, though.
I only have...
Okay, this is the end of the video. They're not the same size, however, it is weird. And what is it about nails? Again, I have seen so many videos about nails that girls find like spare nails that are not supposed to be there because they had only one set of nails. That's just so weird.
I'm kind of freaking out right now because I'm at the dog park and I just found this nail on the ground.
What with a nail?
Like right underneath where I'm sitting. And like obviously this is like a really specific color. I just ordered this gel polish. So I was like, oh, I must have lost a nail.
Polish. Okay.
But I didn't lose a nail. Hang on, I'll show you both. Sorry for the angle, but look. I'm not missing any fingernails, but this nail was right underneath me.
Does look like yours. It's the same color.
What the hell? I feel like I've seen stuff like this on TikTok before. Is this a simulation?
It definitely feels like it.
Is this
it definitely
proof
feels
of the
like
simulation? I swear. What the heck? It was like buried in these rocks underneath here. Can someone let me know what the heck this means?
Okay, well, it might have been just a coincidence. Coincidences happen. You know, somebody might have been there with the same nail color and might have lost that nail. This might be true, but at the same time, it does feel like a simulation here, and it does feel like sometimes it glitches and like one reality spills into another, and these weird things happen.
Something happened and I need to talk about this. So a couple weeks ago, I took off of work. My last night I worked. I always park in the same 3 spots. Creature of habit for 6 years. I park, I back in, and when I back in, I'm facing this way, okay? I do my shift, I come out of work, and when I come out of work, my car is parked in a row over there, backed in, facing that way. Excuse me, I'm so freaked out. I text my boyfriend as I'm walking back in the building, and I'm like, hey, did you come get my car and move it for some reason? He said, no, I don't even know where your other key fob is, by the way. And I said, okay, I'll like call you in a few minutes. I go back into the security office. I said, my car was moved. Can you come look at it with me? Like, what can we do?
Okay, good, thank you.
We go out, we look at my car. I don't see anything wrong. And I said, I'm really freaked out. Can we like watch footage? I said, because something isn't right. I said, that spot over there is where I was parked. And the spot was empty. So we go in. He starts looking at footage, and in the footage, the spot where I parked is empty. You could see a flicker once or twice. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not, I don't know. But I park in the spot where I found my car when I walked out after my shift. But I'm wearing a totally different scrub outfit, and I have my old bag that I used to carry before I posted one here when I bought a new LL Bean bag. I was in a totally old outfit.
Okay, well, that's weird.
And I said, no, this can't be right. I said, look at my outfit. Look what I'm wearing. Look at my bag. And he was like, oh yeah. I said, this has to be old. He said, no, old footage erases after so much time. And I said, okay, well, this can't be right. And he said, no, look at the trees. Look at the timestamp. This is last night. I said, but I didn't park over there. I parked in that empty spot. So we kind of looked at each other, like we were both kind of like, what? I don't know what happened. I said, can you please just come back out with me to really take a look at my car? Took a good look at my car. Didn't see anything wrong. Didn't see anything missing in my car or moved. But something happened with time.
This is so freaky.
And it's so weird.
Look at her. She's
totally
shaking.
Freaked out. This happened 3 weeks ago. I think about it every single day. And I've been not wanting to tell the story because I don't want to sound crazy. But this happened. There was a glitch and my car was in a different spot. And you even saw 2 little flickers in the video. I don't know. But something is definitely happening with time. I've been having weird dreams. I woke up with a swollen eyelid. Something happened. I have no explanation for it. But my car was moved. And I was in different clothes. And it's not old footage. Because he said the old footage erases. I don't know.
Listen, at first I wanted to say that she probably blacked out or disassociated and she parked in another spot because that one probably was taken or something and she just forgot about it. She just did it automatically, you know? Sometimes we do these things. But then, there being another person involved that she took to the car and then they reviewed the footage and she was wearing other clothes but the timestamp showed the same day that was the same day. Like, all of this is just too weird to be explained logically. This is probably one of the most convincing stories that I heard, and I do believe those people. Of course people can lie on the internet, obviously, but I don't know, I believe her. She seemed genuine.
Okay, this is gonna be long because the weirdest thing happened to me this morning, and I don't know if it was a glitch in the Matrix or burn toast theory or what. So my oldest daughter wears hearing aids. She has a microphone that the teacher wears that it like streams to her hearing aid so she can hear the lessons. So these are like her prized possessions, right? Like, she does not play about her Roger, that's what the mic is called, or her hearing aids. The glare is driving me crazy. I'm gonna take these off. So she does not play. She takes it very seriously. She's very responsible. So we kind of have like a routine that we do with the Roger every day. She comes home, she plugs it in on her desk. First thing she does when she gets home. She wakes up in the morning, she gets ready for school, she unplugs it, she puts it back in her backpack. Every day we do this. So this morning she comes downstairs and she's like, I can't find the Roger, Mom. And I'm like, I asked you last night if you had plugged it in. And I don't usually do that, but I had like this like moment where I was like, hey, did you plug your Roger in today? And she said, yeah, well, I went downstairs to look in my backpack and it wasn't in my backpack, so I thought you had plugged it in. And I was like, line of thinking makes sense for an 8-year-old, sure. So I'm like, I'll go find it. It's upstairs somewhere. So I go upstairs, I look everywhere in her room, and we like have to leave for school. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take you to school. I can't find it. I'll email your teacher. I'll see if it's at school, because sometimes that happens. Or I will come home and I'll find it. So I come home, I clear off the couch, I clear off the counters, I go in her room, I deep clean her room. I can't find this thing. It is gone. I call the school. I'm like, hey, I think it got left in the parent pickup line. Can you ask the custodian to look around for it? It's like a 3-inch long little microphone. It's so weird looking, but I think when he finds it, he'll know what it is. And I'm convinced that it has to be at the school because it did not make it home yesterday. And so I'm like freaking out. I go in, I vacuum, like I'm doing everything in her room trying to find this thing. So I decide, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back in there one more time. It's spotless now, and I'm just gonna like scan the room back and forth. It has to be in there. It's not at school. It has to be in her room. I go in there, and the top of the cord is sticking out of the vent. It's the first thing I see. Mind you, I had vacuumed, so I was looking at the floor not long before this. Didn't notice it. And I'm like, oh, it fell in the vent?
Okay.
And I pull on it, but I can't get it out because it doesn't fit through the slots on the vent. But the cord is sticking out like it fell into the vent. So I take the vent off and I pull it out of the vent and I put the vent back on, which isn't that easy. And again, she's really responsible, so I don't see her being like, I'm gonna hide the thing that makes me able to hear my teacher. What just occurred? It gets weirder. I'm like, okay, I'll plug it in, I'll take it to her in like an hour. I turn it on. It's fully charged. How? How is it fully charged? Was this a glitch in the Matrix? I told her we're blaming it on spooky season because I don't know how else to explain it. And then the other thing that I keep thinking about is burnt toast theory. Like, did I avoid something this morning? Was I supposed to be somewhere else and like the universe sent me on this weird like detour so that I wouldn't be there?
I do believe in this theory.
I'm gonna go in my house and spiral. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, yeah. Definitely weird. The fact that it didn't fit through the vent and it looked like it fell in. Yeah. Again, cannot explain this. I experienced something similar. I couldn't find our game, and that's why I'm saying that I experienced a glitch in the Matrix, and I actually talked about it in my previous video, by the way. You can go watch that video if you want to. It's at the end. I talk about this at the end of the video if you don't want to watch the whole video. However, it's interesting because it's about all the things that have been happening here in my apartment. It feels like this place is haunted, but besides the point, I couldn't find a game for a very long time. I turned the place upside down. I looked everywhere, and then all of a sudden, it was just there. So it was super weird for me. I was like, I cannot explain this. A lot of people said that you probably just couldn't see it. It was there all along, and you just couldn't see it. And I'm like, I took everything out, put it back in. Maybe I was holding it in my hands, and I just couldn't see it in my hands. It is possible. Sometimes these things happen and we just black out. However, it was standing in my closet just by itself. Nothing was covering it, just the game. And how I found it actually is I found it because one of my kittens jumped in and sat on the game. When I was getting her, my Pearl, out of the closet, I saw the game. And I was like, what the hell? Like, we were looking for that game for days, me and my son. Super weird.
I'm pretty sure that this app just made like an AI rendering of me or my likeness without my consent.
Oh, these are so weird.
So, sayonara, TikTok, not cool. I just made a video and I felt crazy. I'm literally like shaking because this it's getting a little too Orwellian for me. I don't like it. I was sitting here recording a TikTok. I had a point to make. I'm talking the entire time.
Okay.
I'm speaking continuously. I am sober. I am not tripping. I'm speaking the entire time. Sitting here making this TikTok. The only time I make a pause is when I pause to tell my dog to sit on his, like he has like a designated blanket on the couch. I'm telling him to sit on top of that. So I take a pause and I go back to talking about what I was talking about. I never stop talking. At no point do I take a pause in talking. I go to play back the video to edit, make sure everything looks good before I upload. And after the point that I correct my dog, It's literally just video of me kind of like being weird. And I can't really explain it any other way. Like I'm sitting there like making faces in the camera, doing things that I was not doing when I was sitting here just a moment. I was talking and making a point and speaking on a particular subject matter in the video. And then when I played it back, it's literally like 2 minutes long of me doing something that I was not sitting here doing just now. Literally, I'm gonna put it here right now.
This was super weird glitch in the Matrix, or is something fishy, WDT.
Oh my God.
But even the movements look weird.
Yo. I'm like literally in tears right now because this is the weirdest shit. I was filming a TikTok. I was talking the whole time. I was talking the whole entire time. And it just gets to a point where it just stops. You can see here where I'm talking. You can see here where I'm talking.
To be able to observe that a lot of the times, like, those students just want the HBCU experience. They want to hang out in the hood. You know, they want to be around hood activities.
And then it just pans to me. I told my dog to sit on top of his blanket on the couch. I told my dog to sit on top of his blanket on the couch. And then I went back into talking about the subject matter that I was talking about. I never stopped speaking. Now I'm playing this back and it just has me being weird, like silent, like playing with my hair, like making faces in the camera. And I swear to God, I was not doing that.
So weird.
It looked to me, I'm like shaking because it's unnatural. I was not doing this just now. I was speaking into the camera directly for like over 3 minutes. And it just at 2:25 here or wherever, it stops. And look. My mouth isn't even moving. I swear to God, y'all, I was talking. I kept going on the subject I was talking about. I was not doing this. I was not doing this. This is so weird to me. This is making me so uncomfortable because I was not doing this at all. I was talking in the camera. What the fuck?
You guys, this is so weird.
I was talking in the camera and it
looks
literally
like AI a bit.
Stops. And it has me doing that. I have no idea what this is. I was not doing this, guys. I was talking. And it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Me sitting there in silence, looking around, making faces. I was not doing this.
Okay, this is actually crazy. I'm pretty sure that we've all seen those crazy AI videos by now that look very real. And I know that TikTok incorporated a lot of like AI technology. And a lot of people report like weird things when they make videos, when they just open the app to make videos, like something weird is happening. This looks like AI to me, honestly. This is actually scary. This is actually scary because with the things that AI is capable of these days, we are all in danger, it seems like. But this is a conversation for another video. Anyways, thanks for watching these videos with me, guys. Let me know what you think of all of them in the comments and whether you believe in the glitch in the Matrix or not. And yeah, see you in the next one.